In the quiet dawn of a forgotten empire, where mountains kissed the clouds and golden temples shimmered beneath the morning mist, an ancient secret was born, one that revealed humanity's obsession with perfection and the strange remedies once used to control the body. This is the untold story of China's bizarre obesity remedy, a shocking historical revelation hidden in the folds of time. Long before modern medicine and diets, beauty in ancient China was more than vanity. It was survival, power, and identity. To be favored by an emperor meant life itself. And so began a cruel tradition where thinness was worshipped and fullness condemned. It started with King Ling of Chu, a ruler whose love for slender waists turned desire into suffering. His court was filled with women who starved themselves just to fit his ideal. They ate so little that fainting became a sign of beauty. The idiom "the king's love for slim waists starved many to death" was no metaphor, it was a tragic truth. Centuries later, the Han Dynasty saw Empress Zhao Feiyan rise to fame for her breathtaking grace. So light, they said, she could dance upon a man's hands. Yet behind the legend was torment. She consumed strange herbal concoctions, oils, and mysterious powders, believing they would melt away any sign of flesh. Her beauty became her prison, her body a battlefield between desire and decay. Over generations, this obsession deepened. During the Song and Ming dynasties, noble women wore suffocating garments that pressed their ribs until breathing was agony. Hundreds of tiny buttons locked their bodies in silk prisons. They brewed peach blossom teas at dawn, sipped lotus leaves and hawthorn, whispering that beauty required pain. They tied ribbons around their waists at night to control their hunger, waking with red marks that burned into the skin as symbols of discipline. In some royal courts, the madness reached new heights. One nobleman spread fine powder on marble floors and had his concubines walk across it. Those who left no footprints were praised as light enough to love. Those who did were ordered to fast. Meanwhile, healers preached that fatness came from inner dampness, a spiritual imbalance to be purged through fasting and imitation of animals: the tiger, the crane, the bear. But what they called medicine was often slow suffering, wrapped in superstition and ritual. The women who followed these remedies became walking ghosts, weak, infertile, yet glorified in poems and paintings as the epitome of elegance. Their pain was painted as grace, their sacrifice immortalized as art. Among the poor, a full body meant prosperity, but for the elite, it meant shame. The divide was stark: one ate to live, the other starved to be seen. And through this hunger for beauty, a deeper truth emerged. Thinness was not just aesthetic, it was control, a way the powerful defined worth. Centuries passed, dynasties rose and fell, and yet the echo remained. The palaces turned to dust, the silk robes to ashes, but the voice whispering, "Be smaller, be lighter, be less," survived the ages. Today, the setting has changed. Glass towers replace jade palaces. Glowing screens replace scrolls, but the obsession endures. Society still idolizes the slender form, selling perfection in 1,000 modern disguises. The methods are different: diets, teas, and routines, but the heart of the struggle remains the same: the war between body and acceptance. The story of ancient China's strange remedies is not merely history, it is a mirror. It shows how the hunger for approval can consume the soul, how beauty without balance becomes poison. True strength, true grace, is not found in the loss of flesh, but in the presence of peace. The women who once starved in the shadows of emperors remind us of a truth often forgotten: that no body is worth more because it weighs less. And as we stand in our modern world, chasing new ideals, their ghosts whisper through time: urging us to see that perfection is not something to chase, it is something to understand. For beauty is fleeting, but self-worth endures. The bizarre remedies of ancient China were not just curiosities of a distant era, they were warnings from the past, echoes of a humanity still learning to love itself. And so, as the sun rises over the silent ruins of old palaces, the lesson becomes clear. When beauty becomes obsession, it devours the very soul that seeks it. True harmony lies not in the mirror, but within. If you've made it this far, then this journey means something to you. So, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button like it's your destiny. Like this story if it moved you. Share it with those who need an escape. And leave me a comment because your voice matters here. This is just the beginning. Is this story inspired you even for a second? If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now. Thank you for your support and for watching.